Good Friday morning, evening, afternoon, Earthlings. Hope you're all going to have a nice weekend and it's Friday. Right, Instagram loving bitch, let's talk. So, I love this. Yes, I'm following her. I have an Instagram account. I've never used it for anything. And someone said, have you seen this last night? And I went and looked and I wasn't quite sure what I was watching, actually. And it took me a while to figure out that on Instagram, because I'm not familiar with it, you have to hit the icon of the thing and then that's when it plays the video, because all I could see were these 9 beige squares with a sort of moniker in the middle. Of course, I'm talking about Meghan Markle's new Instagram career. Instagram, why on earth has she chosen Instagram of all platforms in light of what South Park said? Being an Instagram loving bitch. It was South Park who said that. So why launch on Instagram first in the first place? Now bear with me. And for those of you that haven't seen it, it kind of intrigued me, like looking into a doll's house, and I couldn't figure out what it was. She's done this little video. It's very short, no talking. And it's her in beige, in a beige kitchen, with a mixing bowl, doing something. Very nice kitchen. And I don't know if my eyesight's bad, but it's kind of blurry and flickery, like, and in sepia. And then it shoots to a sort of Italian or Spanish looking corridor with her, presumably her at the end, in a black ball gown, wandering off somewhere, where to, and again the sepia, the flickering, and quite creepily, the glass door on the left starts to close all by itself. Now, is that deliberate? Did she have someone like Harry, with a piece of string pulling it? So that was kind of creepy, or was it the wind blowing it? I don't know. I watched it again and again and again, and I thought, what is it about this video that really intrigues me? I mean, she really captured my imagination. Now you're gonna have to get into Fiona Insane World and my imagination, because I have all these weird thoughts a lot of the time that just things that flash up into my mind. Sometimes I'm standing at the supermarket queue and I just think of something funny, and I just, you know, when you feel you shouldn't laugh because everybody will look, and I end up, you know, with the little tears coming down my cheeks. And anyway, it suddenly came to me. It inspired me of Frankenstein. Bear with me. It gets worse. Frankenstein's Bride. I can feel sugars right now going, "Rrr." Right, calm down. I'm referring to the movie, I think it was 1970s movie with Jane Seymour, right? Jane Seymour's really, really stunning, sugars, so calm down. But it's the scene, because she was Frankenstein's bride. The dude had made a lady version for Frankenstein, or his monster, not Frankie. Frankenstein was the scientist, wasn't he? And he'd made this lady friend who was Jane Seymour, but she looked like really good, but the monster didn't look so good. And he kind of crashes into the ballroom where she's having a good time, and she had a little choker to hide where her head had been stuck on. And he gets really mad and he smashes the place up. And he goes over and he gets hold of her head, and I'm sure I'm remembering this right, I'll have to look it up. He goes, "Rrr!" and he pulls her head off. It rolls across the ballroom. You're all going to think, oh my God, Fiona's sick. But it kind of made me think along those lines, and I love those kind of horror films, and that's when it struck me. It's like a horror film. It's like the beginning of a horror film. I could hear them subliminally, the psycho, you know, with the knife in my own mind, because she had this really lovely music playing, this sort of jazz music, and I thought that was awesome. Never heard it before, but I loved it. So she's there cutting her little flowers, you know, picking my flowers. A mixing bowl kind of reminded me of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, when the Wicked Queen was, you know, doing a potion. And I actually went to bed and thinking, you are a sick woman, Fiona. You are a sick woman. How could you have those thoughts from watching that work of art? And the other thing was the ball gown, you know, where's she going? Half expected to see a hand, the furthest hand, appear and produce an enormous carving knife before setting off into the gardens of Montecito in a ball gown with a carving knife. You know, maybe, I'm going to kill Harry, or, I don't know, punish a gardener, or perhaps she's got some effigies, of straw effigies of Kate and William, where she's... Right, so let's get on to the success of her career. Well, she's, last time I looked, had about 375,000 followers. If I had £1 for every follower Meghans got, I'd have £375,000. I wouldn't be a millionaire-ass. Anyway, it's still pretty successful, you got to admit. But the thing is, she's launched this thing, and that when you're going to get the most is in the initial 24 hours. That's when the big rush is going to happen, isn't it? And if it was going to happen, it would probably happen in the first 12 hours. 375,000. I mean, when they got married and they launched their Sussex Instagram, I can't remember the exact figures, but Catherine and William had something like 13 million, and Harry and Meghan, within something like 24 hours of the Sussex thing on Instagram, they had 11 million. Have I got those figures right? So 375,000 in, and I looked about an hour ago. I'm not going to work out how long that is, but it's been hours. And I don't think that's very successful, but I am one of her followers and I can't wait to see it. I hope she's going to do like a horror film. Oh, she was born to do horror films, born for it. Meghan, please, I will become your #1 fan. But what a peculiar time to release it. Now this is the other strange thing. Talk about the Twilight Zone. Last night, Graham and I, we were just like, look, slobbing out on the couch, and we watched YouTube, and all these suggestions are coming up about the Princess of Wales. And they seem to be channels that are like sugars, because they say things like, hello, Squaddies. I don't know, maybe I'm being unfair. They do show their face. And they're all going on and on and on about the Princess of Wales. Now, as we all know, Princess of Wales has been the talking point of planet Earth. Now, this is the interesting aspect and dimension that I'd like you to consider. Put yourself in Meghan's shoes. Catherine has had abdominal surgery and is recovering. She's released a photograph, which I don't know what all the fuss was about. Apart from that, nobody's seen very much of her because the lady is recovering, and they said she'll be back round about Easter, maybe after Easter. So what's the hoo-ha? Catherine is literally, she's putting all her energy into healing and absolutely no energy into becoming any more world famous than she already is. And all the sugars can talk about is Catherine, the Princess of Wales. Now, I watched some of these videos, and yes, there are some whacked out theories, conspiracy theories out there. But looking at it from Meghan's point of view, the Princess of Wales has literally broken the internet without lifting a fingernail. She's just recuperating. Whereas Meghan, she's been desperate for attention for so long, and nobody's looking. Now, I might be wrong, and maybe when I go back and I look at her Instagram thing, maybe she'll have 100 million followers or something like that. Or maybe all 7.4 billion people on planet Earth will all be looking at her in her crazy new kind of Boris Karloff look with the sepia and the... It's exactly like the entry of a horror film. Sort of like when movies do a past distant memory. It's fascinating, a fascinating dynamic. So there's William at the Diana Awards last night, and he's getting loads of attention on YouTube. Believe me, here in Spain, all the suggestions is William, Catherine, William, Catherine. Even Sky News, not Sky News Australia, Sky News UK, who are my least favourite news station. They just love a bit of PR, and they love with Harry and Meghan, you know, kissing butt. Well, anyway, they had they did their royal segment, and they said, William's going to the Diana Awards tonight, Harry's going to appear virtually, and Meghan has launched her Instagram career. And we're going to talk about that now with Rhiannon Mills, who actually, I quite like Rhiannon. I don't know how she puts up with Sky News UK. But anyway, so Rhiannon does this item and she's talking all about William and then a little bit about Harry. Not a mention of Megan's Instagram. Whoa! Protect the dishes, for goodness sake. So where was the coverage of Meghan? From a butt-kissing news organisation like Sky News UK. That was a bit of a mystery to me, and I thought, she won't like that. She won't like that at all. Then what is here? Launching her Instagram, and some people said, oh, it's the anniversary of the Freedom Flight and all that. I personally, I just think she did it because it was the Diana Awards. I don't know why she did it. For the life of me, I don't know why Instagram. I mean, obviously Twitter would not be a good option for Meghan. Because I go to bed thinking, you're a loony, Fiona. How on earth can you conjure up horror films and Jane Seymour having her head pulled off by a monster with that? What was the matter with you? You know, maybe the sugars have got a point. Maybe it's time to put a stop to this channel and just finish it once and for all. And then I wake up this morning and I went on my ex account and I'm just looking at what other people have posted, and lo and behold, there's a lot of memes and they're going down exactly the same thought path as me. So what was it that she put in that video that subliminally, it's got lovely music, it's actually got a very calming atmosphere, it's very Martha Stewart, I know, Gwyneth Paltrow as well, there have been comparisons made, but it's sort of like, I'm the lady of the house, I'm the lady that lunches, I'm the lady that does. It's so 1950s. There's Meghan slaving away in the kitchen all day long, but she's got time to put on a ball gown, ready to kiss hubby with a fresh drink of gin and tonic or bourbon when he comes home. You know, it's really like something out of the 1950s. I have warmed to Meghan so much overnight because I think she'd make an awesome baddie, a psychopathic killer. I don't know why I didn't see it before. Meghan, this is your chance. I mean, you could be there with the meat tenderizer, whacking shit out of it, pretending it's Catherine, and telling everybody, that bitch, she's fat and ugly, I hate her. I am so following this woman on Instagram, but don't worry, you don't need to, because I'm going to tell you all about it. At the moment, all we've got is 9 beige squares with a sort of a moniker, and it's got some long, great big long name like Riviera Americana Orchard of the Orchards, or Montecito is the Riviera. Please don't correct me, don't bother. It's got some great big long title. In fact, I didn't really think it was her at first. And there is someone else who's set up an identical one, but they've only got a few followers and they don't have the blue tick. Meghan has the blue tick, because I was following the wrong one at first. And then I thought, she can't, you know, it's only got like 3,000 followers. She can't be that unpopular. You know, there's got to be more than 3,000 sugars out there. Certainly are bots. But so no, then I found the right one. Oh, it's fascinating. What a new dynamic. I never saw this one coming. I cannot wait. I just cannot wait to see it all. And in the meantime, I think I'm one of the few people who's actually looking. The majority of sugars, trust me, are watching Catherine. They're coming out with some crazy theories, but them saying crazy shit like she's dead, she's in a coma, you know, whatever the hell they're saying, that doesn't make it true or factual. So when she turns up, which she will, looking stunning, well, I don't know. They're going to look really stupid, aren't they? So if I were her, I would just not look on the internet, unless it's, maybe go have a look at Meghan's Instagram, and you'll see what I mean. Yeah, it fascinates me. What is going on in her mind? As always, look forward to hearing what you guys think.